Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Ash, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Ash Knows Travel, where I share trainings, walkthroughs, and insider tips to help travel advisors book smarter and build confidence. And tonight's training is called From Inquiry to Booking, where agents lose the sale. Now, this is going to be pertaining to all of you guys are asking me how to get clients. But honestly, there's so many parts to getting clients, okay? It's not always about just getting the lead. It's actually about closing the sale, okay? That's one of the most important parts we have about getting clients. So tonight, that is exactly what I'm gonna cover. We're gonna talk about from inquiry to booking where agents lose the sale. Okay. And we're going to go really into a breakdown what happens between the first message and actually to the part where you're securing the booking. Because a lot of the time, it's not the client, it's the process. That's honestly what it is. So I want to talk about the process. We're going to talk about the small gaps in communication, the follow-up, or the confidence that can make a big difference in whether a lead turns into an actual booking or not. All right. So if you are live here, go ahead and comment hello in the chat so that I know that you are with me. And if you happen to catch this on a replay, I still want to know that you stopped by. So go ahead and comment replay in the chat as well so that I know that you were here. So let's go ahead and dive in, shall we? Now, it is about to be a new month. So I want to go ahead. If you haven't seen me in a while, I want to show you what I'm doing for May. On the 5th, I will be doing an instant commission breakdown, which is next Tuesday. This Friday, if you are with Evolution Archer, I'm going to do passive income for how to market like a pro on corporate Zoom. So if you guys are interested in learning about passive income, join me on Friday for that. But next Tuesday, I'll be doing instant commission following kind of passive income. And that Thursday, I'm going to talk about how to handle client and agent objections. Following that week, I'm going to be doing New Agent 1 or Phase 1, and I'm also doing New Agent Phase 2. We're going to talk about CLIA and IATAN this month. We're going to talk about the CC form and the Commission Hub because that got an update. And then we're going to do some CapCut video templates at the end of the month with the live travel Q&A. And I'm also going to be doing a walkthrough on the last Thursday of the month for downtown travel because that is one of my favorite vendors. So make sure you guys like this video, like my channel, subscribe, and tap the bell so you guys get notifications when I go live. Yeah? All right, so let's talk about where we lose sale when it comes from inquiry to bookings, yes? One of the biggest things that we always get as a trainer is that I'm not getting enough clients. I'm not getting enough leads. I'm not getting enough this, okay? That is because there's a conversion illusion, okay? In our minds, when we don't get a booking, we automatically think that we're not getting any leads. But the reality is a lot of you guys are actually already getting inquiries. You're already sending quotes, but we have to realize that sending a quote does not always equal a sell, right? Because clients do not buy information, they buy confidence and clarity. So a lot of the times, it's not that you guys aren't getting clients or aren't getting people interested, is that you guys are not actually converting them. So it makes you feel like you're not getting clientele. Right. And a lot of the times that the bookings that are not happening, it's not always what we're doing. Sometimes it is the client, but I want to make sure that when you guys are following through this training, that you kind of see the gaps where you're missing and your type of follow-up and how you guys can make them better. Right. I don't expect you to leave here and just like start getting tons of bookings, etc. That's not what I'm going for. Okay. I don't want to ever push that. That's not what I'm trying to get to. What I want to get to is that the next time that you're inside of one of those leads, inquiries, etc., you go, oh yeah, that's right. Ash said I need to make sure I follow up fast. I need to make sure I'm doing this. I need to do that. Like that's the part that I want you guys to pay attention to. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. What the real part that we're going to be breaking down. Okay. So we're really going to be going through the booking journey tonight. Okay. Every client goes through a predictable process when it comes to buying things, right? And honestly, most of the agents lose them in the middle. That's exactly where we lose them. So we have the interest, the questions, that uncertainty after we kind of send the quotes. That's when it happens, which normally leads them either to a decision and hopefully a booking, or they just stop and stall and do nothing at all, right? And so tonight we're really going to cover that uncertainty part, which really helps people. Really, honestly, if you don't have the uncertainty or if you're able to fix it, you're able to close the sale. And that's the part that we're going to talk about tonight because this is where a lot of people fail at, right? So where the sale fails, we're going to talk about the most common ways that it does and how we're going to do at the end. We're going to talk about how to fix them. All right. So starting off with the most common is friction at the start. Without momentum and context, you end up guessing instead of guiding. I remember being a new agent and I was always afraid to talk to the client. Okay. I was always the one that was afraid to message them and be like, hey, I got your inquiry. Hey, I think I know what to do. Like, okay, like I know that feeling. I know like the kind of the rush that you get when you get that first kind of initial inquiry, right? So you guys automatically need to start really building up the momentum. You need to start replying fast. You need to really just kind of step in and lead that whole entire thing, right? Because without momentum and context, you end up guessing instead of guiding. You'll see that they get slow responses, the excitement will fade, the clients will tend to shop around if you just drop it like, oh, yeah, I can help you. Let me get a few options. And then you don't hit them back up. Like if there's friction at the start and there's not really any guidance or anything, you guys have a really hard time closing the sale. Okay. They already have doubts at this point, and that is just making it to where they don't even want to continue. Right. And a lot of the times it comes deeper from just not even slowly responding. A lot of the times it can come from zero qualification questions. You cannot sell what you do not understand. Okay. Let me repeat that one more time. You cannot sell what you do not understand. And if you do not qualify your client, which I just went over last week, okay, if you do not qualify your client, you are not going to be able to close that booking because you are not going to sell something to them that they don't understand, or yet you didn't take the time to understand them, right? So missing key details can also mean presenting the wrong offers, which is also could be why you're not closing the sales. So make sure that we're qualifying them from the start, and make sure that we're not just responding slowly. As soon as we get that initial thing, we need to get right on it, right? Another issue that we have is getting lost in the middle. More options do not equal better service. I had to learn that as an agent. I thought if I provided them with the most options that I was doing my job, but that's not our job. That is not our job, is to not provide quotes. That's not what we're supposed to do. Our job is to give them a few recommendations and then lead them into the best option. That is honestly your job as an advisor, okay? If you think, I want you to stop whatever your brain thinks is your job as an advisor. You are literally advising them on how to travel. And that's changed my business so much, like sitting down and realizing like, oh, they're coming to me to provide them leads as an advisor, not as in here's a bunch of quotes for you to go and look at the rooms and then go price shop on your own, right? That's typically what we do. And when we're doing that, we're providing too many options to our client and it overwhelms them. Now, if we actively guide them, recommend thing, and then lead them into it, is what's going to close the sale. Now, I talk about this a lot as in building the desire. You guys have to build desire when you're closing the sale. You can't just send the options and leave, right? That's what happens a lot of the times, and it gets lost in the middle because they have this uncertainty if they actually want to book it or not, because you just dropped the options off and left, right? So another issue that we have is stalling at the finish line, which is happening after we're sending the options. Clients rarely say no. Right? How many times have you actually had a client come up to you and say, no, I don't want to do this? Okay. They will say nothing at all. And that nothing at all is technically your no. Okay. Your job is to remove that doubt, that no, that fear, that uncertainty. That is our job at the end. And a lot of us just stop. A lot of us just drop the quotes off and we stop. There's no clear next step because there's no missing follow-up. There's nothing because we ignored them. We ignored the hesitation. We're leaving the questions unanswered. We're not actually answering any of their questions because we didn't even open it to make it to where we could follow up with them. We just dropped it off and then we left it with them. And guess what? People get busy and they forget. That's it. That's literally, this is what it is. A lot of the times they're not telling you no. It's just because we stalled it at the finish line and there was no actual closing to the booking. Okay. Stalling because the client doesn't know what they actually need to book. That's really what it is. We drop them off with the options and then we go, okay, let me know what you think. No. What you really need to do is recommend things and build up to it and then build them into that recommendation that you close them on. Okay. Think of it like a car sale. Okay. I know exactly how I want to say this. When you walk into a car dealership and they all start attacking you, okay, they start qualifying you immediately when they start talking to you. Oh, what are you looking for? What year? What budget? Do you like new cars? Do you like old cars? Are you taking your family in this car? Is it for work? Like, they're qualifying. I want you to do exactly that, okay? Then when they find you a car, they're not showing you other cars, are they? I don't know why my son's screaming. I'm sorry if you hear that. They're not showing you other cars. They're not showing you other options. They're taking you and focusing you on that one car, right? And they're closing you in on it, and they're answering your questions on it, and they're getting your price for it. Like that's exactly what you have to do with the booking. Do you guys understand that? When I break it down like that, do you understand it? Because that mindset shift will change your entire business. If you stop walking around quoting people all the time and actually sit down and sell what you're actually meaning to sell to a person, it'll change your business and you won't have these issues. Okay. Now, shift approach to the close. Okay. I shared the issues that are most common. Now let's talk about how to fix them because I don't want you guys to have this problem. All right. So, first of all, we got to shift the approach. And honestly, it's a mindset shift more than just a shift in general. Okay. You have to elevate your service from taking orders to providing expert guidance. That's exactly what it is. So when people come to me now, I realize, okay, they're coming to me because they know I can help them. And so when I'm realizing that I'm the travel expert and they are coming to me, it changes the way I approach them and the way I actually handle anything that I'm talking about, right? Instead of being the order taker who's reacting slowly, they send about 10 different options, which took way too much time. Leave the next step, like just open, like, okay, whatever you want to do, let me know, right? We don't want to do that. And then waits in silence for a reply. Okay. When we first start as travel agents, we start as order takers. We do. We honestly do because we don't understand the value of ourselves in the beginning and we have to build the confidence into it. Okay. But when you position yourself as a travel expert, you don't have these issues. We take control early. Okay. I have a really good idea to show you. I would have to give me 1 second. I want to put it in here. Okay. Because I started to put it in here and then I was like, let me wait to put it in here, but oops, not that. Hold on 1 second. I really want to show this to you, and I meant to put it in there earlier, and then I totally forgot, but it's okay because I got it. All right, so right here, actually, it's this one right here. I'm going to upload this. So I'm going to make this bigger. This is actually a conversation that I had with a client that obviously booked. I'm not going to, pull you through one that's not booked. I want to make it big enough for you to see. All right, let's go back in here. Snap. All right. Present full screen. Okay, I hope you can see this. I'll try to send it to you. All right, so this is going to be an idea. No, this isn't what I want. No, this is good. This is fine. Okay, so sorry to bother you really late, but I just finished your quote to show you. This is exactly what you're looking for, and it even has some pretty awesome honeymoon perks. Do you see how I said that? Do you see the shift approach? I didn't even give him 5 quotes. This was 1 quote I gave him, okay? Let me know what you think, and I will let you know. It only has a few rooms left, okay? Well, that's what it's supposed to say. I'll let you know. It only has a few rooms left, and this is the only category available. Everything is pretty much sold out over there. Okay. Do you see how I closed that? I'm not recommending 4 different places. This is exactly what you were looking for. It even has perks for your honeymoon. Okay. Let me know what you think, but I'll let you know it only has a few rooms left. That's the urgency close. Okay. Now, here. Dang, that's crazy. I really appreciate everything. Of course, please let me know what you think of them. Do you see how I'm not ending it like just ending it? I want to hear what you think. I want to hear your ideas, okay? Now, he's going to ask me because this is where I'm telling you guys, we are the travel experts. Hear me out. Yes, I really like that is, wait, did he say? I really like the Bahamas and the Punta Cana. Which one do you think is the better bang for the buck? He is asking for my expert opinion. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Breathless Punta Cana. Honestly, it was probably the most expensive one. But it was the only one that had a swim up that they actually wanted. I said, that way you can get the swim up suite. Yes, I really like that as well. Are we able to book excursion? Look, so he's already doing more bookings. Absolutely. Here's my Viator link, right? I will draft you a list of the best excursions, which one you will pick, and you will be able to secure them without paying a toll upon arrival. I also have cheap travel insurance access to provide you with coverage while you're traveling because they're booking literally a month away. Okay. I think we're going to do the swim up at Breathless. Do you see how I closed that? Okay. I want to go in there and I want to make it like I am the expert. I am guiding them. I am giving you the best recommendations. I even put it in here. I will draft you a list of the best excursions for which one you can pick, and you will be able to secure. That was horrible already. You'll be able to secure them without paying upon to arrival. Okay. I am closing the sale, and then I'm taking it even further and dropping in more bookings. That is the kind of conversation you guys want to have. Okay. That's exactly what I want to show you. See, I'm glad I went out of there. So let's talk about it. Step 1, take control early. You are leading the voyage, not reacting to the waves. Set the tone immediately. As soon as you get an inquiry, I immediately, so as I get an email, hello, thank you so much for inquiring. I'm going to take a look at a few of these options that you have. If I have more questions, I'll let you know. Immediately, that sets the tone, okay? Ask smart questions. If I see something that is missing, I will immediately ask. I do not search everything until I have everything that I need to search. Do not start searching quotes unless you have everything that you need, and do not be afraid to ask, because I'd rather you ask than waste your time, right? Show absolute confidence. Did you guys see the confidence in this? I just finished your quote. It was late too. I didn't care. I just finished your quote and I had to show you. This is exactly what you're looking for. That's confidence. Okay. That is, I heard what you said and this is what I'm delivering you. I got you. Okay. That is how you want to be as a travel expert. Okay. Now, step 2, recommend with conviction. Stop sending lists and position yourself as a definitive expert. Based on what you told me about your travel vibe, this is exactly what I recommend. That is the closing thing right there. Anytime I use something like this, I automatically close it because I am taking control of it. If you send them options, there's no control. They're going to do what? Price shop. That's immediately what they're going to do. I don't let them do that. First of all, I'm confident in what I'm delivering you, and I'm going to price check it before I send it. Absolutely. Okay. I'm going to write it through Expedia. Okay. I'm not going to send it without writing it through Expedia. But a lot of the times with our packages, we forget what we offer. If you go book through Expedia, you got a hotel, you got a flight, great. How are you going to get there? Okay. Who's going to pick you up from the flight to take you to your hotel? We offer transfers. Oh, you got hurt over there? Well, we have insurance. You didn't pay for insurance? Of course not. Expedia doesn't offer that. Like, there's so many things that we can offer and we can help set up for a client that you have to realize your value in order to position it this way. Okay. You have to realize that, yeah, they might find it a little bit cheaper here and there, but are they going to get the transfers? Are they going to get the travel insurance? Are they going to have everything that they need with the excursions? Or are they just booked a flight and a hotel, right? Are you an order taker? Are you just taking their order for the hotel and the flight? Or did you give them a full experience? That's what it comes down to, okay? Number 3, simplify the decision. Don't give them a lot of options. The easier it fails, the faster they book. I can tell you that without 100% guarantee right there. Clarity entirely removes any hesitation that they have. So when you're giving them the real quote, I'm not talking about when they're sitting there and they're like, okay, here's a few options. You like breathless? Okay. When he came to me and he said, I want the breathless one, at this point, I'm giving him the total price, the deposit amount, and exactly what's required to book. Okay. Now I actually did this. I don't know if I'm going to find it. Hold on. We're going to find it. Give you an idea. Is that where it at? Nope. Get rid of that one. No, that's the same one. Oh, here we go. Let me see if it's this one. The September one. Oh, no, this is what somebody was asking me if it's a scam. We'll go over that one too. I want to give you guys the best way to close. Hold on. I got more. Boom. I normally do this before, but I really wanted to show you this, so I just kind of pulled it up. Okay, so that's how I qualified. Nope. 1 second. Here. Okay, nope, I don't have it. I don't have a picture of it. Dang. I want to show it to you. Oh, no, this is perfect. We'll go with this one, okay? So we're talking about simplifying the decision. Watch. I'm going to show you how to easily simplify it. Now, if you don't have your Travels Leaders Network, you're definitely going to want to have it after I show you this. Let's go. All right, so here's a different booking, but you guys can all see the same thing, okay? The September, Thursday through Monday in September as well. The ending of September is better priced. Let's see. The September one looks good. Okay, now here's the closing part. This is the part I want you guys to see right here, okay? Okay, to reserve it all I need is names and date of birth for both of you guys to match your IDs because they were booking flights. And I need your email and your phone number, and I can hold it. And then you can pay the deposit later in the week or now if you want. but just to hold it, that's what I need. Now, mind you, I was not as formal, okay, because I talked to this client we went back and forth, okay? But when I was about to close it, I was about to close it. Now, look what she hit me with. Boom. Okay, yes, but do you have a website or anything so I know it's not a scam? Now, I got this person straight off TikTok, and they just I sent them my phone number and I pulled them out of TikTok into my DM. So I didn't have nothing of theirs and they didn't have nothing of mine. Boom. Drop my link tree and then also my website and my reviews. Boom. Left it all there. And then boom. Okay, can I email this to you tomorrow? Absolutely. Of course, my email is this. Now, I already put a 72-hour hold on it, so I was cool with the emailing part. But that is do you see how I automatically went in there? Thursday through Monday, September, the ending of September, better priced. It's Labor Day at the beginning of the month. So I gave her my recommendation. The September one looks good. Okay, to reserve it. That's the closing part that a lot of you guys miss. A lot of you guys will just send it and then you'll be like, all right, good luck. Let me know how it works. But I recommended it right here. And then I told them how to close it. Told her exactly what I needed to close it. Now, could I have been a little bit more formal? Probably. But you know what? We were talking in school. Okay. So that's what I want you guys to understand is the part of the simplifying the decision, exactly what they need. If there's a deposit or the total price, whatever questions they have, answer it, but make it as easy as possible and remove any type of hesitation. So if she had a hesitation, she thought I was a scam. That's pretty legit. I mean, honestly, you got me off of TikTok. I'm over there. I'm viral. Yeah, but you don't know who I am. Here's all of my stuff. I gave her 3 different websites that she could use to verify me, including my Travel Leaders Network, where she could see my reviews. That way, I'm getting rid of any of that hesitation. Immediately after I remove the hesitation, it's, okay, what's your email so I can send all this information to you? I'll send it to you tomorrow. That is how we get into that. Now, if we were in a scenario where she didn't book, okay, then we would have to do the step 4, which is the purposeful follow through. Okay, there's a lot of money to be made in the follow up, and a lot of you guys don't follow up. The quickest way to follow up is to do a check in. Hey, I sent you some options. Did you have time to look over them? Let me know what you think about them. I do really think the September option is good for you. Okay. In that, if they have any hidden questions, I will ask them in the follow-up too. Did you have any questions about it? Is there anything I can help you with? And then I also reinforce the urgency. Remember that one where it's like, hey, this only has 6 rooms left. This is the only category available. We have to close it, okay? If I was in the follow-up phase, I'd be like, hey, I know these rooms are selling out. So what do you need in order to help close it? Because I don't want you to lose this booking, right? Or lose this room, etc. You have to have that follow through, and you guys can't be scared to follow through. People get busy. People forget what we send them. And vacations, 90% of the time, are the last things on our mind, right? Think of us as human beings. Are we thinking about, going on vacation all the time? Yes, as travel agents, yes. But outside of that, no, we weren't, right? So we have to keep in mind that this is an investment for somebody and that it's not going to be simple, just I just want to book it right then and there. It happens, but it's rare, right? It's normal for people to have hesitation. It's normal for them to have questions. And as soon as we remove that, that's how we close it with confidence, honestly. But the ultimate currency, people do not book because you sent them great options. They book because they feel confident in making a decision. So by giving them trust, by giving them clear guidance, and that simplicity of here's how to book it, let's close it, right? It equals the confidence that they need in order to make a decision. That's it. That is it to the point. I have closed so many bookings that I can tell you this is exactly what you need to do. Okay. Now, it's going to take some time. It's going to take a few mess ups. It's going to take a few mishaps. Yeah. But once you get into a part where you know who you are as a travel advisor, it gets rid of all of that extra feelings that you have because you not only trust them, but you trust yourself. And you have that clear guidance. Even if you don't have it, you could chat GPT it, right? You have the ability to build into this. And I don't want you to think just because you didn't close one booking that you didn't get a client. That's not how that works around here, right? So with that, okay, I want you guys to focus. The whole point of what I'm telling you is to build a better process. You guys have to build a better process for closing. You don't need more inquiries. You guys are getting inquiries. I know you're getting inquiries. I can see it. I follow you guys, okay? I know that you guys are closing on bookings, etc., but you just need a process that turns that uncertainty that you have not only in yourself, but also in the clients. They have that uncertainty. You have to take that and turn it into bookings. You have to lead the conversation. You have to simplify the decision, and you have to stay consistent with them. Because if you're just sitting out here and you're just closing, right? Great. But the moment that you notice that something is missing, you need to go back here. You need to go, wait, where did I mess up at? Where did this fall through at, right? And that doesn't always mean that it falls through. Even if you are watching this and you're like, man, I remember that one time I really messed up on that client. Follow up with them. I promise you, just follow up with them. Because a lot of the times, it's not always us. Sometimes it's the client, and you won't know unless you actually follow up, okay? So that is all I really have for you guys for tonight. I know it's very simple, quick, to the point, but it's these little small things that make such a big difference in our sales. I promise you. The people that are confidently closing are doing stuff like this. They don't sit here. They're not sending out 4 or 5 options. They qualify completely, send out 1 or 2 good options, right? And they lead that conversation, making the decision very easy, and they're very consistent about it. So that's why they're closing the bookings. And if you are not closing bookings, I promise you, you are missing one of these steps. All right. So that is all I really have for you guys for tonight. Make sure you guys join me on Tuesday at 5 p.m. where I'm going to talk about instant commission. On Friday, I'll be going over tomorrow, I'll be going over passive income. So make sure you guys join me on corporate Zoom if you are with Evolution and Archer. But for now, I will be heading over to my studio where I'll be answering all of your questions. So make sure you hop in there. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them, and make sure that you like this video and share it with your teams and comment if it helps. Okay. Share this with somebody who is having a problem closing their bookings. If you have an agent who's coming to you and going, I'm not getting any clients. Okay. They're probably getting clients. They're probably just not closing the booking. So we need to talk about that. So make sure you send them this video. Make sure you guys like this video and comment. And I will see you guys again next Tuesday, of course, where I will be going over instant commission breakdown. For now, I'm going to head over to my chat box. So I will see you guys there.
Step at a time. Step one. Wake up early, gonna rise with the sun.